In the morning on a Monday morning. It is August 22nd. This is going to be somewhat of a unique broadcast in that this wasn't a Facebook Live that was supposed to happen. Just want to be very clear on exactly what's going on in case you see it on the WESH 2 News Facebook page or something to that effect. Essentially, WESH 2 and CW18 are unable to air local news right now because of a bomb threat that was called into the station. The building was evacuated last night because of that, while officials from various departments around Central Florida were called in to investigate. Now, that said, I want to be very clear. Once police determine that the building is safe, we're all going to return to the building, and we are going to all broadcast WESH 2 News, both on Channel 2 and on CW18 in its entirety. The latest news, obviously we don't love being a part of the news, but here we are. The latest news, weather, and traffic information. In the meantime, WESH.com is being updated remotely. I'm working from my home office remotely, and we'll keep you updated on all of the developments, on the unique situation in the office, and of course, perhaps even more importantly, your morning forecast, because you still need that information. So let's get right to it, shall we? A live look outside. There's downtown Orlando. All the equipment is still running, thankfully, even if there's nobody in the building to turn the cameras around or such. But we'll make do, right? Downtown Orlando, it is looking absolutely, absolutely beautiful. And may I just add, before we even go any deeper, that, these kind of situations make me glad to have the opportunity to spend time with you because it lets you know what's important in life, right? Downtown Orlando, looking beautiful. Lake Eola, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful outside, right? Mainly clear skies, comfortable conditions. The tourist district, there's Disney Springs. Would love to be out that direction for sure. And New Smyrna Beach, oh, it's looking good. There's the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse. Now, I do want to point out that while it's nice and quiet in the metro area, it's not perfectly quiet everywhere. Here's a look at our first warning, Doppler Radar, and in the metro, we're fine, but look up around Marion County, Alachua County. We've been watching a few areas of rain up this direction, nothing too strong, but nevertheless, you can very clearly see that heavy rainfall kind of lifting away from Citra, lifting away from I-75, crossing over from Alachua over to Putnam County. So Interlochen, you'll be getting in on a little bit of rainfall here eventually. All right, temperature-wise, we are sitting in the upper 70s, mid to upper 70s, even lower 80s. Yukon says, too bad WESH didn't keep the two-studio method they had 30 years ago. We actually have 4. We've got Orange County, we've got Volusia County, we've got Brevard County, and we have a studio in Osceola County. The problem is production control is based in Orange County. We could go live from anywhere in the planet, really, but production control is where we are fairly dependent on Orange County. But good morning to you, and I do appreciate you hanging with me. I'm just grateful that all of you guys and gals are hanging this morning. So we're going to do our best to chat about the weather. My lighting isn't all that great, but coffee talk is usually done with a little bit of aid from the sun, so forgive me. All right, so we're in the upper range of the 70s in Orlando. It's 80 degrees in Claremont. Where do we go from here, right? Let's chat about it, okay? We're heading our way up into the 80s and the 90s. It is going to be a toasty, toasty day once again. But I do want to point out we are adding in more and more shower and thunderstorm coverage. So here's a look at our 12-hour forecast. This morning, your plans are fine. You're looking great, okay? Once we get later into the day, 88 degrees, 11 o'clock, I do think we'll start to see a few popcorn showers firing up. And then afterward, there's that 30, 40, 50, 60% coverage of showers and thunder showers. So it's going to be an active afternoon. Of course, once we get that rain coverage up, it'll help to drop the temperatures just a little bit. Yukon says your lighting is good. I mean, it's just this. It's funny. It's just the ceiling fan over my head. I had lights in here during like the beginning of COVID, but I've since removed them because we just didn't need them. So I thought, right? All right, so that's where we're at in terms of the forecast as a whole today. let's look at the broader perspective and see what's going on. It's kind of an interesting little scenario here. We've got moisture on the build. So let's just dive into this. This morning we're looking good, but notice we're funneling in green through the day today. And not really just today, but look what happens getting into midweek. You see those deeper shades of green? More and more moisture is moving into our area. So for us today, we're starting this upward trend of rain chances, and that is going to continue for us over the next couple of days' time. I guess this doesn't need to say coffee talk, right? Like, it's a weather update. So let's just weather update. Now we're official, because it's not coffee talk. Coffee talk happens at 8 a.m. This is just an added weather update. James says, I'm seriously disappointed how anyone would threaten a station like Channel 2. I have to say, they were great views around Central Florida when it comes to weather. Amazing. Good morning to you. Thank you. Yeah, just glad that safety is the paramount concern. That's really it. Tina, good morning to you. How are we looking? Oh my gosh, John, tomorrow is primary day. That's absolutely right. I need to make a graphic. Sandy's asking, why is Channel 2 not live today on TV? So there was a threat called into the television station last night, and the officials have not yet cleared the building. So they're still inside investigating, looking around the building. And out of an abundance of caution, the entire WESH 2 News coverage team has been kept from the building, myself included. And I'm grateful that that safety is the paramount concern. But I will tell you that I'm here. We're going to be updating the weather forecast and, keeping you updated. You know what? Since tomorrow's primary day, I'm going to add that to my mental list of things that I need to do. Change this graphic from election day to primary day. All right. So anyway, tomorrow it's going to be stormy. I could tell you that, and we'll look at the 7-day forecast. And then from the 7-day forecast, we can elaborate out from here, right? So we're starting off with a 60% coverage of showers and storms today. It's an active weather pattern, as I mentioned. But notice tomorrow we get even stormier, 70% coverage of rain, 80% coverage of rain for Thursday. Yeah. It's going to be a very stormy forecast this week. Now, again, the important thing to note, yes, we're in the rainy season. However, rainy season or not, this is a high rain coverage. Normal for our rainy season is like a 40-50% coverage. Obviously, we're going to be doing much better than that. So when we make plans today, comfy clothes, but have the rain gear handy. And I'm not just talking about the umbrella, right? Like an umbrella, sure, if you can. If you need a raincoat or a poncho, that sort of thing. Because especially looking into the afternoon, we're going to be looking at a wide coverage of showers and storms. UConn says, so how does the station still broadcast the national feeds, etc., if no one can control anything? Nobody said anyone could control anything. What you're seeing there on the left, that's the weather computer in the building. We have full remote access. We just don't have anyone sitting in there. Sorry, just chatting with folks at work. Do you know the weather forecast for next week? We go on vacations. Well, listen, we're on a Monday, for goodness sake. Let's just take it one step at a time. Let's just get out the door this morning. It's going to be a stormy forecast, and I want to make sure that you've got all the data on that. So let's do this. Let's take a look at Futurecast. I'm not usually this talkative this early. One thing, you see me on Coffee Talk. We all hang out at 8 o'clock. That's when I've had the opportunity to wake up. 4:30, I'm usually a fairly subdued version of myself, so forgive me if I'm not 100% zippity-doo-dah, right? All right, here's 8 o'clock in the morning. We're looking good, nice and quiet, but watch through time. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, still good, but just like yesterday, we're going to start to popcorn up a couple of showers here or there along the beaches, all right? That's the start. If you're heading to the beach, don't be surprised if by 1, 2, 3 o'clock you start to see those showers popping up, right? That's the start of the rains for the day. After that, everything starts to move on in. 2, 3 o'clock, a few popcorn showers into the metro. Then it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. That's when we start to see those showers and thunder showers really firing up. That's when we really start to see the activity around. And then that just kind of continues. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, right? Big thunderstorms around town. It does look like the focal point not only is going to be the bigger storms in our western areas, but the bigger storms also later in the day. There's 9 p.m., for example, on Futurecast. So, yeah, it's going to be a toasty one. It's going to be a toasty one. Hello there. Good morning, Carla. Homo Sassa. Good morning to you. Let's see here. Have a good Monday, everyone. Carla, you as well. Catherine, early morning. Indeed, 81 at this time of day. The humidity is unbelievable. Yeah, well, there's that. That's not the best thing in the world. Yeah. Hold on one second. Bear with me, my friends. Yukon says, okay, I guess I'm surprised with remote control that there's not a contingency plan to broadcast from one of the Bureau sites. Well, you know, I can't comment on that because that's above my pay grade. I can say, though, that I think I would imagine we had anticipated on being back in the building by this point, but safety is safety, and that's the number one most important thing. Vanessa says, if this is you not firing on all cylinders, this is impressive. My less cylinders is very different. I also think that after 20 years in television, you also, I don't know, maybe I've learned how to fake it. That's my guess. I don't know. So any questions about our local forecast thus far? We have to get to the tropics too, by the way. Do not forget, it may be 4:42 in the a.m., but we are hanging out and we are talking tropics. I'm not going to let you go without that. So for outdoor plans today, I would just tell you, if you're playing golf, sure, we're going to be looking at those scattered showers and thunder showers. The morning rounds of golf are looking fine. The afternoon rounds of golf not looking quite as good because we're getting into an even stormier weather pattern for today. Okay, an even stormier pattern. Shucks. Don't love that. Typhoon Lagoon, do love that. If you're heading out today, watch for a couple of those isolated showers around lunchtime, kind of on the horizon. But it's not going to be until like 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock that we really get those storms moving into the metro area, into the tourist district. You're going to be ready for it if you're at any of the other parks. If you're at the water park, you're staying cool. If you're going to be at any of the other parks, though, you're going to be ready for it with heat building to 93, 94, 95 degrees, that sort of situation. Yeah, Yukano, I absolutely agree. Safety of the building, a lot to inspect to ensure protection of life. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yep. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. All right. So for today, showers, thunder showers. It's going to be an active one. All right. Let's talk about the tropics. First things first, before we go any deeper, we had, let me just see here, making sure my phone's buzzing. I want to make sure. Oh, excuse me. Boss is calling. Hey, boss.
Hey, we are all clear.
Okay, so what would you like from me then?
I think you should head in because it's going to take us a little bit of time to get up and on TV anyway.
Okay, Roger. I'll be on my way.
Thanks.
All right, bye. All right, so all clear was given. So I'm going to head into the office. Real fast, before I do that, tropics. There's the Cabo Verde Islands. There is one area that we are monitoring, okay? One area that we are monitoring. It has a low-end chance of development, at least for now. Slow development is possible. But over to Mexico, we were watching, of course, PTC4 did not end up developing, okay? All right, I guess I'm going to go head off to the office. I will see you guys and gals on the TV side at some point eventually. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you guys on TV in a couple of minutes. And also, Coffee Talk, the normal Coffee Talk. I will see you at 8 o'clock. We'll chat about this. Will you enter it?